Hello, beloved ones. Hamutime here, your authentic self embodiment queen. Today we had Mondays. We normally have this intentional Monday, and today we're talking about healthy and functional relationships. And I just wanted to share here with you what we were talking about, or maybe just ask you, because we want to belong. It's just one of the things that as human beings, actually even animals, they always have their own tribe, right? So there's this desire or the need to belong. At times we just go with the flow because these are my friends. We've been together for 5 years, for 10 years, for 20 years. They've got my back no matter what. But here's something for you to think about. These relationships that you have, do they nurture your weaknesses or your strength? Do they nurture that victim in you or the victor in you? You know how it is when something is happening and you just come, you don't know what happened. It's kind of like the topic that you come with and you discuss it, and they've got something to say about whatever that is happening, and they don't even call you on your BS and say, hey, look here, why don't you improve on yourself? Why don't you look at how you contributing on this? And like I said, at times it's feeding our hidden addiction. And one of those, which is like a lot of people have this, the need to be needed. Where even in relationship, you find that at times you attract the people who are wounded. Why? Because they give you a sense of purpose. So I'm just sharing this with you. I've put a link below for you to join us if you want to have more of this, where we just kind of like go deep, and we also have this intention cycles on every Wednesday. So I'm just inviting you, if you feel interested in this kind of topics, where you get to examine yourself and just your life and just ask yourself, why am I attracting this kind of people? Because you might have had a lot of people, books, whatever, like cut out toxic people, cut out toxic relationships, and you are on about it. You kind of like look at it from outside. These are the people who just, there's no mutual benefit here. They just want something from me. Da, 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 da. But then you move on, right? And then you attract the kind of same people, but different names, you know. And you ask yourself, why? What is it that you really want? And I'm just inviting you to look at your relationships, to say, do they really help you grow, or they just feed that victim, where you kind of like have the same kind of topic? Some things are going smooth, there is nothing to talk about, but when something is going wrong, you just wonder, when I have to get in touch with my friend and tell my friend what my boss did, tell my friend what my partner did, those kind of things, kind of like they're waiting for something to go wrong so that there can be something to talk about. And this calls on you to say, do they benefit you? Yes, something, they have your back no matter what, but is it for your highest good? Does it help you grow? Does it help you to take responsibility and say, you know what, I have to cut this kind of energy, I have to stop feeding my hidden addiction? Because at times when you get to know your hidden addiction, you get to really know yourself, which is kind of like going back to our shadow. We have that. The need to be needed is one of the things that is one of the addictions that I had. I was not even aware of it. I might have looked at it in the past and kind of like, actually, as much as it was feeding that hidden addiction of the need to be needed, it was also feeding that victim's side. Because I had a point, and even when I was discussing it with someone, it's kind of like, yeah, you have a reason here. These people, it's kind of like it's a fact or whatever. But does it really serve me? Holding into that energy, does it really help me grow? And I want you to ask yourself that question and sit with that. When you look at your friends, whether you've been together for 10 years, for 20 years, and you always come together. What is it that you talk about? Is it about your growth, or it's just about other people problems and whatever, and feeling like you've got it together? Where does that take you? That's what I wanted to ask you, to sit with that and tell me, what is your intention when you look at your relationship? Are they healthy and functional, or it's just unhealthy relationship because it's something that you've had for a long time and you've been together for a long time? And of course you can talk about so many things, but do they help you grow? Do they help you become the better version of you, or you still get to be the same person you were for the past however years? So be intentional in your life, even in this area of relationship. Be intentional about it. That's not the kind of relationships I want to have, because they help me grow. They call me up to my BS. It's an intention to say, I want to have this kind of people in my life who'd call me on my BS. Because even in your romantic relationships and all that, if you have those kind of relationships, they'll call you on your BS. You get to grow, you get to see where your flaws, and you take responsibility. You become a better partner, you become a better parent, you become a better colleague, you become a better you in all areas, because they call you up to your BS to say, but don't you think you've been saying this different times with different people, but here you are, you still having the same conversation? What are you willing to do about it? What is it in you that calls these people? What is the lesson in here? What are these people trying to teach you? Always kind of like, ta-da, you get to grow a bit and realize that it doesn't serve me. The same BS all the time. I don't want to talk about this. I want to take action so that I don't have this kind of conversation in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, whatever. Be intentional. It's your life. You own it. And one of the pillars of being unapologetically is really being authenticity, which is being honest with yourself. That's what I wanted to share with you. What is your intention around relationships? Do they feed the weakness in you or the strength in you? Do they feed the victor in you? Do they nurture the victor in you or the victim in you? Sit with that. Hamutume is my name. I am an authentic self-embodiment queen. So if you feel called to reclaim your authentic self, feel whole, and manifest your soul's deepest desires with ease, I am the go-to person. With much love, have an amazing, beautiful, fantastic, sensual week. Much love.